Hi, I'm Amy, and I want to talk to you about the Montgomery Area Food Bank. A while back, our church started a food pantry program, and we felt good about helping our neighbors. But today, because of your support, we participate in the mobile pantry program. We're helping today between 250 families and more than 300 children. And trust me, when you're feeding that much hope,
You come into Montgomery, Alabama, and you happen to pick a time that we are tracking a hurricane. How's that?
Well, you know, and tell me, did this one just pop out of nowhere? I feel like, you know, we didn't really see it coming.
We had a little seedling.
You saw it coming.
We saw it, yes, to an extent. It was in the Western Caribbean for a while, really not organizing much, and then as soon as it hit the Gulf of Mexico, now it is exploding, and here we are all of a sudden.
And once you get to a Category 3, we're talking about a major
We are. It's
hurricane.
strong. It's a major hurricane. The effects are going to be catastrophic in parts. And in fact, we want to show you this. We've got some video. This is out of the Air Force Base in Biloxi, Mississippi. The hurricane hunters have been flying southward. They are heading into the storm as we speak now. That's the plane itself. As we speak, this is about on the northwest eye wall, so we're getting new data in right now. This is going to get filtered into our computer models, and all of this information will become a player on exactly where this intensity is going to go, and also buttoning down this exact track, which up to this point still favors a landfall somewhere near PCB, or at least very close to it. I know a lot of residents along the panhandle of Florida are going to be watching with bated breath exactly where this track is going to end up going. Big time impacts and even subtle shifts can have major changes in the local forecast here included. Now, for the time being, out of Alabama, our radar is generally quiet. We're not going to have any major issues, central or south Alabama. Our issues are mainly going to arise as we go into the day on Wednesday. Here's our housekeeping that we've got to get you through. We have tropical storm watches, warnings, and hurricane watches to speak of. The watches with tropical storm go from Greenville to Troy to Eufaula. You will know out of south and southeast Alabama in anticipation of Michael, which is a Category 1 right now, but it's close to a 2. Max sustained winds at 90 miles an hour. This is going to continue ramping up. As the hurricane hunters go into this, it very well may be at about 100 miles an hour. And in fact, we start to see signs that it is continuing to intensify a little bit. It's about 400 miles now off to the south from Panama City Beach. So we've got time, but we don't have a lot of time. We think landfall is going to happen early tomorrow morning. That's the earliest side of this. Could be as late as the early part of the afternoon. Future view for us as we go into the afternoon today. Couple of showers, maybe a random rumble of thunder. Overall, though, the rain chances are very low. If you're going out to downtown Montgomery to get a chance to watch Lester Holt do his nightly newscast, I think the forecast is pretty good. Random shower chance, yes, that is not unusual in early October for this part of the state. Now, tomorrow's forecast very different. So we're going to follow this thing. There's your landfall into Wednesday near Panama City Beach. Where it goes from there, 10 miles, folks, is going to make a huge difference for residents in the Circle City of Dothan. If this is 10 miles off to the west, we're going to get a hurricane still in southeast Alabama. If this goes 10 miles off to the east, we'll get a lot of wind, we'll get a lot of rain, but this is not going to be Opal-esque for the Wiregrass with any more shifting off to the east. This is why we're watching the models very closely today. We still are very confident, though, this part's not going to change. Anywhere from Panama City Beach to Apalachicola, getting into the Big Bend of Florida, you see in that purple shading, catastrophic damage here is going to be likely through the day on Wednesday. Sustained winds of 100+ miles an hour will be possible. You'll have storm surge, perhaps of 10 feet. Coastal flooding is going to be a big problem. I-85, the lower the impacts are going to be. That's not to say we're not going to get rain in the capital city. We will. And it will be breezy both today and then especially tomorrow. But you're not going to get widespread power outages out of this. It's going to be the Wiregrass where this is really going to be the big ticket affair. Timing in the Wiregrass. Conditions will start going downhill early Wednesday morning. You'll get more of these rain bands to pivot in. We'll start watching the wind speeds pick up. We think the worst of the weather in the Wiregrass is going to begin in the afternoon and run all the way to about midnight early Thursday morning. You will note on this graphic, at no point do I light up any tornado threat, and this is the big kicker, and it's a good thing. We're on the left side of this landfalling hurricane. Remember, the worst tornado threat is along and east of that center track, of which Alabama will not be a part of. We're spared from the tornado threat here, not spared, though, from the heavy rain and certainly the risk of widespread power outages getting into southeast Alabama. Exclusive 7-day forecast. The news is not good into Wednesday, but beyond Wednesday, the news gets a little bit more promising. And here's the promising part. Temperatures start to take a downturn. Northerly flow on the backside of Michael. We get through Wednesday, and then we get a little bit of a perk getting into the end of the week and through the weekend. Look at Monday, by the way, Judd, Tanya, and Lester. We got a 72-degree high. Our low this morning, is more than 72.
Yeah.
We're still in the
Big
middle of
difference.
summer right now.
It is still summer, but it won't be for much longer.
Fall.
Finally.
Nice little present.
What
for
is
right
that
now.
fall you speak of?
I'm waiting to feel
haven't
it.
seen that
I'm
yet.
waiting to feel it.
Yeah, and if you hadn't noticed already, and we've been talking about this for weeks now, Lester is with us this morning. We wanted to
On
personally...
the weather map, I gasped. I thought, that's a Cat 5.
made the big time
It's
now.
a Cat
Yeah.
5 Eagle. You know, so.
Thank you so much for being here.
course.
We'll see you
Pleasure to
a
have
little
you.
later.
We'll see you
It
guys
has been
soon.
an honor and a pleasure. Thank you. And